one of the most fundamental theories, not only in capitalism, but in classical economics as a whole, is David Ricardo's value theory. Now, as I just stated, value theory was proposed in the mid-19th century by classical liberal economist David Ricardo. Basically, what he proposed was that an employer cannot determine the price of a particular good or service they're trying to sell in a free market purely based off of what they want and what the consumer wants. What he argued is that there is a minimum set price that a product has to be worth in order for the cost of production or the value behind that particular good or service to actually sell properly, and for those basic costs to be covered in addition to the employer making a profit. So in order to explain this, allow me to apply it to a modern day example. So let's take McDonald's and the sale of a Big Mac. Basically, McDonald's can't just sell a Big Mac at a price that they just magically came up with in their head. Let's say 70 cents, because they like that price and the consumer likes it. What Ricardo would argue is that McDonald's has to actually institute a set price to cover the basic costs of producing that Big Mac. So, for example, if 50 cents has to go into paying the chef that makes that Big Mac, and maybe an additional 20 cents has to go into the facilities responsible for allowing that Big Mac to be made, and etc., and etc. There are certain basic costs of production or basic value costs that have to be covered by the price the Big Mac is selling at. So, taking into account all the prices that are involved to cover the costs of production, a minimum price for a Big Mac may just be, in general economic theory, let's say $1. Now, what Ricardo also argued is that in order for the business or the employer to actually make money off of the product, he has to charge a profit or a slightly higher price in addition to the cost of just covering production. So even though the cost of making one Big Mac may be $1, the employer might make the Big Mac $1.10 because they want to make incremental profits off of the product that they're selling.